Hi, thanks for watching AquariumTech today. Today I've finally got a product I've been really wanting to start to go over. But before we go to that, a few things. Number one, check out my stream at twitch.tv/CFL_Mike. Again guys, I haven't set up hours for that yet or times. In fact, question of the day part 1. Name some times. Lately I've been on late because that's what's convenient for me, but if it gets popular enough I will. And in fact, there's been a couple times where I've been on and there's been quite a few people in the room and I didn't know if they were from AquariumTech or not, and if you guys were and you know who you are, you should have said something, because what I might start doing is, start revealing some stuff that I have in the works before the videos reach YouTube, so you get to see some cool stuff through there. Of course, you can always ask the questions and get the instant, detailed answers that you want. So, question of the day, part 2 is, first off, do you guys like these unboxings? I've been getting a lot of new products in, so we can get a lot of reviews. I mean, first off, I've got a ton more reviews that I really need to get taken care of. And those are coming. Don't worry about it. They are coming. But I'm getting new products in too. I'm trying to keep up with the market, especially with LEDs. You guys know what I'm talking about. That market has exploded, and now a lot of them I'm going to avoid and not going to. A lot of them are just those cheap ones imported from China. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. But there's a few of them, cheap or not, that I still want to go over. So, and then part 3 of the question of the day, which is really the question that refers to the video the most, is, do you think that without this not having a timer is a make or break thing? And we're going to go ahead and get into that. So what we got here today is the current Satellite Freshwater Plus LED. And the reason I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these for a long time is this thing is feature packed and it is incredibly cheap. I think for like a 36 to 48 inch tank, it's like $100 for one of these. And that's a pretty good deal. Even though, for a tank that size, you might need 2 or 3 of these. That's still a good deal for what it is. I mean, this one was under $100. So let's go ahead and start ripping into here. And it's got a wireless remote, which is cool. But you'll see what I'm talking about is the problem with this thing, missing the timer. That is a big deal. For me. That is almost a deal breaker, but I still had to review this for you guys. So let's go ahead and get in here. And now the one I got I think is actually the smallest, because I'm going to be using it on a small tank. But it's the 18 to 24 inch. But then I think they make a 24 to 36 inch, and then they make a 36 to 48, and then a 48 to 60 inch. And now basically what that means is that the light is going to be the actual smaller number. So this one's 18, so the light's probably going to be only about 18 inches. That doesn't mean 18 inches of coverage, that just means 18 inches that the LEDs are actually expanded over the bar. Now, this is one of those fixtures that has a ton of LEDs, and usually immediately those turn me off, like flue balls. I'm going to go over those sometime in a video. I'm going to get those at some point, but a lot of these fixtures that just have a ton of LEDs sparkled all over them, it's kind of shitty LEDs, and that's what I was expecting with these. I was expecting shitty LEDs with this, but I wanted to still see and test if they could grow plants. That's what I was interested in, and to see, even if you don't want it for plants, to see how well it does with fish. Basically algae growth too. Monitor algae growth with these, because a lot of problems with these shittier LED fixtures is whether or not they're actually bright, is that they're they're in the wrong spectrum or whatever. They got too much blue light, and they tend to grow a lot of algae. So, anyways, as we're taking this apart, that's it for the box. Pretty nice looking box. The first thing we got in here is a nice color laminated detailed description of basically the remote, and it looks like a little bit how it works. And actually, I really like this. This is actually, I like that. So this is actually a really nice piece here. Next, I'm guessing it's just a quick install, and that would be correct. This is not in color, but it's still a nice laminated piece of paper. And what's nice about these that I'm liking here is it's not in 20 different languages. I mean, finally we're seeing some stuff like that. So, and then it looks like you've got your power to the LED and your remote. This remote reminds me of the new EcoZotic one that I have. I bet it's the same thing, just redesigned. So, actually, if I remember correctly, Current and EcoZotic are owned by the same parent company. So, I think you can quote me on that one. So then, anyways, we come here to the crown jewel, the actual fixture itself. Wow, that was a little hard to get out of the packaging. But anyways, so what we have here is a nice sleek unit that highly resembles the Marinelands single bright, double bright type systems. And believe it or not, even though those systems are incredibly terrible LEDs, and probably the worst on the market, one of the worst, I really like how they're designed, their housing, very sleek, very nice looking. And so, see, this is what it means by when it says 18 to 24 inches, is that, okay, so this lighting right here, this is 18 inches, but you have these legs, I don't know if you can see here, that stretch out, and now it will probably fit on, you know, a 24 plus inch tank. And so that's what it means when you see you know, the size reference. So let's say you have a 36-inch tank and you're trying to decide between the 24 to 36 or the 36 to 48. You're going to want the 36 to 48 because that's going to be one that actually covers your whole tank. And like I said, to cover a tank of that size, you might even want a couple of these. So, but anyway, so I'm looking at this. It looks like the acrylic. This is definitely an acrylic here. I mean, that's about what I expected. It looks like it's removable, but it's a pain in the butt. I don't like that, especially a lot of people use them on open tops. It's going to be a pain to clean. You do see you have two wires coming here. One is for the remote, and the other is for the power outlet. And so that about wraps this up. Now let's get into what I was talking about with the question of the day. Do you think a timer is a big deal, you know, make or break thing with this? This thing has all sorts of weather patterns, customizations for the light, okay? It's got all sorts of nice stuff, you know, dawn, dusk. It's got it, and that's what I really like. It's got it. But it kind of defeats the purpose not having a timer in there. So basically, to really get what you want out of this, you would have to set a timer for yourself to use this. And no, you can't just plug this into a timer in the wall and it'll make it do all this stuff. Actually, if you plug it into a timer in the wall, it'll make it turn off and on, assuming you leave it on. But other than that, it's not gonna, you know, do your dawn or dusk or anything like that. Which kind of defeats the purpose of having it. Other than that, it's almost a novelty. Now, recently, I will say, I think I was surfing on the internet and I saw something from Current that looked like maybe a timer module for this. So I'm very interested. If I get that, I'll update you guys and we'll see where that takes us. But it almost defeats the purpose of having this. But it's such a good priced LED unit, it's almost worth paying for it just for a novelty because it's, you know, it's under $100 depending on which model you get. And I mean, so you can only imagine what I paid for it. I paid almost nothing for it. So I see where this could be a really good deal for someone, because if it does work, of course, I'm going to test it for plants and just regular fish and, you know, limiting algae growth. It can still be a really good money saver for you just, you know, as a regular light, you know, no more bulb changes, less electricity. So this could still be something that could really help you out in the long run. So we'll be testing on that, and let me know what you guys think about it, alright? If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks for tuning in.
Check out AmericanAquariumProducts.com for all sorts of amazing articles and amazing products.